Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This time I decided to do something different. I've been thinking for a while on how to make a video that included my subscribers' opinions, and so I thought about asking my subscribers what was their favorite Webtoon series, and this was their answer. Now, I'm pretty sure you are already familiar with most of these, but there are a few that actually surprised me that made it to the list. Also, for the fans of fantasy and isekai, don't you worry that next week we have a new isekai manga video and a fantasy manhwa one as well. If you like this type of video, if it helps you out, leave a like and don't forget to subscribe if you're a fan of anime, manga or manhwa content. Without further delay, let's get into the top 10. Number 10 comes with Lookism. The main character is overweight and unattractive. He's bullied and abused on a daily basis. But a miracle is about to happen. He turns into an handsome guy. I'm no stranger to Lookism, and I totally understand why people like it. This story shows a very real side of society, and as such, many people relate to it. I always love the underdog story, and Lookism is just that. The story is very well written, and the characters follow the same example. Each and every one of them has a reason to why they do what they do, and I think that's very important in any piece of work, and most of the times, make the reader connect more with the story. If you haven't tried Lookism yet, definitely give it a chance. In number 9 we have Gosu. Following his mentor's death, his protege, the main character, makes it his life purpose to avenge those who wronged his mentor. His cover, a chubby dumpling delivery boy. Now, while I do enjoy Gosu, I didn't expect it to make it on this list, for the simple fact that people tend to like more the fantasy dungeon type of story and not so much of the martial arts one. But I'm gladly surprised to see it here, and I can say for certain that my subscribers have incredible taste. If you do intend to try Gosu, there's a thing that you should have in mind. This series tends to drag on a bit, making the pacing a bit unstable at times, but besides that, this is a great read. If you like martial arts, revenge and comedy, this is the right Webtoon series for you. Number 8 comes with Code Adam. Now this one surprised me. Even though I heard about it, I didn't expect Code Adam to be so voted on, so I definitely had to check it out. They were trained as children to become super soldiers, human beings literally created in a lab to fight on the front lines of a bloody war. But when the war ends, what's to be done with the human weapons? The subject of brutal experiments, some choose to break free and search for a cure before their own powers consume them. While this Webtoon series might be a bit slow in the beginning, it's incredibly good. While you might be confused with the number of characters introduced, you'll soon recognize them because they are so unique. The story is full of twists and mysteries, definitely a series you should check out. In number 7 we have Weak Hero. Once the bullies target you, it's game over. The school is run by tyrants whose favorite hobby is tormenting the weakest kids in class. But then, Gray arrived. This mysterious new student threatens to dismantle the established order. He may be small in stature, but his calculative and brutal fighting leaves unsuspecting opponents lying on the floor begging for mercy. Now the school's toughest bullies have to scramble to take down this new and unusual hero. Weak Hero is an incredible story. As I said before, I love the underdog plot and this one does it to perfection. There's not much else I can say because I think I've talked a lot about Weak Hero on this channel, but if you haven't read it yet, definitely give it a chance. Number 6 comes with Elk Seed. The main character is a kind-hearted young man who harnesses the lightning-quick reflexes of a cat to secretly make the world a better place, one saved little child or foster pet at a time. Kaden is a secret agent on the run, who finds himself stuck in the body of decidedly fat old fluffy cat. Together, armed with his superpowers and Kaden's smarts, they are out to fight those forces who would let evil run this world. That is, if they can stand each other long enough to get the job done. I'm a bit disappointed that LC didn't rate higher in this list, because it's one of my favorite Webtoon series, but nonetheless, I'm glad it's in this list. LC has an amazing story and lovable characters, and without a doubt deserves more attention. In number 5 we have Windbreaker. Jay is a student president of Sunny High. He's not just a smart student, but an extreme biker with high techniques. As you follow his bike, you will meet his friends, love and adventures. Windbreaker is an incredible sports story. While the art may not be extremely appealing at the beginning, it gets better and better, so it's definitely worth investing some time into. One of the things that I love the most about this story is the characters. They are just so well written. Every single one of them has dreams, objectives, and even lives outside of the main plot line. If you're interested in sports series, Windbreaker is definitely the one you should look out for. Number 4 comes with The Gamer. The main character loves gaming more than anything, but it still comes as a shock when one day he suddenly acquires a mysterious power that imposes RPG characteristics onto the real world. Tasks like going to the store for his mother initiate experience earning quests, and everyone around the boy displays levels and stats above their heads. But what starts as a mild curiosity suddenly becomes all the more real when he discovers that there's monsters to be killed, special skills to be earned, and others who have similar abilities. Now, I know sometimes the gamer gets some hate, mainly because of the pacing of the story, but this was one of my first manhwas and I love it. The RPG aspect in the real world is something super fun to read, and I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one that thinks like that. I do admit that sometimes the story gets a bit dragged out, but I don't mind that at all. And if you don't mind either, be sure to check this story out. In number 3 we have The Boxer. You've got the raw talent, or you're the underdog, but do you have the heart? Do you have what it takes? Let's see what you're made of. The real fight starts now. I love The Boxer for many reasons. The main one is the fact that we have 3 main characters. A talented and cocky guy, a weak but courageous one, and one that I consider the true MC. A monster who has extraordinary talent for boxing. You get a mix of information from all the characters, except for the main one. They keep everything about him undercover for a very long time, but that's something I really enjoyed. If you enjoy anime like Hajime no Ippo, you will definitely enjoy The Boxer. Number 2 comes with Omniscient Reader. Back then, the main character had no idea. He had no idea his favorite web novel, 3 Ways to Survive the Apocalypse, was going to come to life, and that he would become the only person to know how the world was going to end. He also had no idea he would end up becoming the protagonist of this novel turned reality. Now he'll go on a journey to change the course of the story and save humankind once and for all. Omniscient Reader is another very popular webtoon series, and has one of the most interesting plots I've seen ever since I started reading this type of works. The novel that the main character reads, have in mind that it specifically says that nobody but him read it, turns into reality, and now he's the only person who knows what's going to happen. I love when the main character knows the future and tries to change it. Definitely a must read on webtoon series. And in number 1 we have Tower of God. Fame, glory, power, anything in your wildest dreams is possible when you reach the top of the Tower of God. Those lucky enough to be chosen by the tower ascend each floor in hopes of fulfilling their dreams, but to succeed they must complete dangerous and deadly tests along the way. But there are others who can enter the structure on their own free will. These irregulars are feared by many and are said to leave chaos and change in their wake. Bam is one such irregular who begins to climb the Tower of God in hopes of reuniting with his childhood friend, Rachel. I don't need to say much more. At this point everybody knows about Tower of God. It even had its own anime adaptation. So I'm definitely not surprised to see it take the first place in this list, and overall I think it's a very good choice. For everyone out there that hasn't read it yet, definitely give it a try. And now we have some honorable mentions. While this webtoon series also had tons of votes, it wasn't enough to make it to the list. But I can say for certain that each and every single one of them are extremely good in their own way. You have horror, fantasy, martial arts, and so on. If none of the other webtoon series caught your attention, be sure to check any of these out and you won't be disappointed. Now guys, this was the top 10 webtoon series chosen by you. Did you find any manhwa that you haven't read yet? Did you like it? If this video helped you in any way, leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to activate the bell so you don't miss any video. Thanks for watching and see you next time.